right, so today we're going to learn show how to change the duster cloth in the Ikon walker. It's pretty simple, should be in pretty quick. There is also a diagram on the inside of the machine too, so this just be a visual representation of that. So first I'm going to start out by removing my cleaner tip from its housing. Now for this I like to set in the corner over here. That way, whenever I go to close the case, I won't forget to put that back in there, because then I'll hear it drop in there. So if you get to put that back in whenever you get done using it, then it's going to start spraying inside your machine whenever the next mechanic turns it on. And that's, of course, what we don't want. All right, so now that I've got my cleaner tip out of the way, I'm going to remove this top take-up roller, and then I should be good to go to start working on it. So if it's already loose and you can just scoot it over. So we're going to have two parts on here. You're going to have a slotted part and then a spring-loaded part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push towards my spring part to then be able to lift it up. So first I'm going to go ahead and loosen the tension. And then once I get the tension loosened, then I should be able to press up against and then remove out. Now to get that tension loose, what I did, you're going to want to turn on your machine, and then on the inside of the machine is going to be a red button that will run duster cloth forward and back. So it'll loosen and tighten tension, and we'll actually be using that later on towards the end of the video. So I click that button to be able to help me loosen the roller enough to be able to push up against that spring to then be able to pull the duster cloth out. So now that I have my take-up roller out, I'm going to do the exact same thing with the back roller. Rotate a little bit and press up against that and pull out. All right, so now that I've gotten both my rollers out, I'm gonna go ahead and unravel what I have left. Now this one, we still had a few left, but we also got a full house league tonight and then full house league tomorrow, so I didn't want to wait for them to do it and then miss this opportunity to be able to show you guys. But this is a few lanes worth of cloth here, but thankfully we actually are overstocked on cloth, so it'll be fine to log in. So there will be a metal rod to slide out of both rollers. Make sure you keep those to put those back in there later when you get to that point. So for this roller, you don't need to unravel this. So for this roller, you don't need to unravel this out. All you need to do is just take out the metal rod. And then this whole assembly is trash, even including the orange rod on the inside. Because the new one that I will grab will come with a brand new one. So as I was stating earlier, the new one will come with a rod itself with the orange tube. And all I will need to do is just place my rod inside the tube. All right, now that I've got that in there, I can go ahead and place my other rod inside the other tube. That's ready to go. So now I'm ready to insert this into the machine. All right, so I'm going to carefully remove this tape. I don't want to try to rip too much of the cloth. So just peel back as slowly and smoothly as possible. And if you rip it, it's not the big deal, but. So according to my diagram, on the side, I'm going to want my new roll to go in the back, and then I want it to roll under the big foam cloth right here. So I'm going to follow my diagram on the side here. All right, so now I've got everything assembled and ready to go. I'm now going to go ahead and start to insert my back roller. So I'm going to go ahead and press against the spring-loaded side and then rotate till I load in on the pins on this side. So on the end of this roller, there are slots that I want to fit inside the rod on these slotted sides. So you really can't put this in wrong because only one side is slotted. So after I've got that in there, what I like to do, since we're going to have some come under the black roller, I'll go ahead and take out about maybe two hand lengths worth of roller out. That way I'll have enough to pull around and wrap around to my other roller. So I'll do about 2 hand lengths worth, and then I'll go ahead and insert it in. So make sure whenever I put it in, I have it rolled and rotated onto the pins on that side of the roller. So now I'm going to go down, over, and on top of my black roller. Make sure you go down and below this part because the machine will not run right at all. It'll tell you that there's an error if this is not put together right also. So now I'm just going to tuck it under, untuck it from the whole roller. Okay, now that I've got that out and up, so I can actually unravel a little bit more. So what you want is a little bit to at least cover your roller on top. That way you'll have plenty to wrap around onto the top roller. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press this button. That will unravel some more, and then I'll just pull up, stretch that out. So see, now that I've got that covered, I know I'm going to have plenty to be able to wrap around to my top roller, which you will see here in a second. So I'm going to grab my next roller. Here, rod. And as long as I make sure I got my metal rod on the inside of that, I'm going to peel off. So you're going to have one side where the other side, where the old duster cloth was at, it's going to look more white. You're going to have a tan strip side that's going to be brand new adhesive. So I'll make sure I peel that off. And that I want to make sure I peel off smoothly also, because I don't want to peel off the sticky adhesive from there, and then I won't be able to attach my duster cloth. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. Make sure I have my sides lined up. One side's going to have slots in there for the slotted in, and then the other side's going to be spring-loaded. So I'm going to press up against the spring-loaded side and then rotate till I align the slots in on the tube. So now I've got that aligned. Now I'm going to wrap the cloth on top to get it onto the adhesive. So make sure we're all straight and flattened out. No creases or wrinkles. And once I get that sticking and going, this is where you're going to come into your red button. So once I've got that sticking and going, I'm going to click this button so I get it unraveled, and then wrapped back in at least 3 times. All right, so I'm in there tight. I got no creases, no movements. It's all strictly tight. According to my diagram, I'm going down and around past the bottom side of the brown cloth and then up and around this way on top of my roller. I've got both rods in, new duster cloth. It's all tight and loose. It's all tight in there. Like you don't want to wrap it too many times because then you will have an issue to where you're going to use too much of your duster cloth. So just at least 3 to 5 times to make sure it's wrapped in there properly and it's not moving one way or another. Then you know you're good to go. So now I'm going to make sure I grab my cleaner tip, put that back into its slot. Got that in, good there. So now I'm going to go to the back part of my machine and then reset the counter. All right, so with the home screen now on the Ikon, I'm going to click Main Menu, Duster Settings, and then I'm going to hit Reset Cloth. That 19 should go down to 7, and then next time you go to run this machine, it's going to say 570 lanes, and then you know you're good to go. Thanks for watching.